On this day, the 15th of January, the coronation of Queen Elizabeth I. King Henry VIII had 3 children who would sit on the throne of England. Despite his best efforts, his son would not reign for long and would be followed by his 2 daughters. By far the most famous and successful of his children was the middle one, Queen Elizabeth I. The daughter of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn, Elizabeth initially supplanted her older half-sister, Princess Mary. When her mother fell from grace and was executed by her father, Elizabeth's future looked bleak. She was pushed aside as her father married again. This time, he had the son he craved, the future Edward VI, and would marry 3 times more after this, meaning that Elizabeth had 4 stepmothers after her own mother's death. By far the most influential of these was the last, Catherine Parr. Elizabeth would spend time in Catherine's household being educated, but would also be subjected to the unwanted advances of her stepmother's new husband, Thomas Seymour. During Edward's reign, England swung towards full-blown Protestantism. When Mary succeeded, after a fleeting attempt to place Jane Grey on the throne, she returned the country to Catholicism with brutality. Elizabeth's position was perilous for a long time under her sister's rule. When Mary died, Elizabeth became queen. Elizabeth tried to be more religiously moderate than her siblings. Although the country was returned to Protestantism, Elizabeth was keen to allow Catholics to enjoy their faith, albeit in secret. Catholics, though, relentlessly tried to overthrow Elizabeth. The Pope encouraged her assassination, and her brother-in-law, the widow of her sister Mary, Philip II of Spain, sent an armada to remove her from the throne. Despite all of this, Elizabeth would not be moved and remained queen until her death in 1603. Elizabeth I oversaw a huge expansion in English interests overseas and into the New World, with such figures as Sir Francis Drake and Sir Walter Raleigh thriving through her reign. She famously never married, claiming that she was wed to her kingdom and her subjects. In reality, she probably never found a way to reconcile bringing a man into the precarious equation of female rule. Mary hadn't managed it. Perhaps she also never found a way to marry a man she seems to have truly loved all of her life, Robert Dudley, Earl of Leicester. Maybe one day I'll tell you another theory about their relationship, but for now, this was a new beginning in England, the bright dawn of a golden age.